What's up, Red Dirt Outdoors? I am getting ready for a fishing trip, and there's a couple of things that I've noticed. There's a couple of things that I have kind of fallen behind on, and part of it is because I've been doing some bank fishing with my kids, and others of it is just because some of the times when I come back, I'm lazy, and you know, haven't really gotten out of water. But once this year on the yak, so got a lot of work to do. So I'm going to kind of show you what I've got to take care of, what I've got to set up and get ready before I go out on the water. So this is my dry bag. I always take this out with me, and I'm just going to dump it out. So I got to repack it anyways. I always take a multi-tool. That is a extendable camera mount, a waterproof case for a phone. This is a floating attachment for the GoPro. Some earbuds, I don't mind if they get messed up because they came with the phone. And they actually have that little goober end instead of the regular headphone jack in. This is a floating mount, obviously I've never used. This is the mount I use almost all the time. This is my chest mount. Glasses case. Glasses aren't even in it, but I gotta put them in it. This is a clip, so I can just clip the camera where I want to. And this is a head mount. Got the bait board I'm gonna try and take with me again. This is the arm that's probably gonna put my fishing rod holder on again. To get it a lot closer to me. And tonight I have to organize this. I did have weights, different sinkers, different size weights. I can decide if I want to use any of those, probably not. That's a saltwater lure, I definitely won't be taking that. These are the hooks that I used when I was out shark fishing. It has the metal leaders on it. I don't need that for where I'm going. Small stringer. My soft baits. Y'all know I'm going through and I'm trying to figure out how to do this a lot better. I really, I found out that I really don't know how to use these very correctly. So I probably won't be taking the soft baits with me this time. Weights, those may or may not go. Extra line, I'm probably gonna take this line. It's extra value Shakespeare line. Obviously, that's really crappy line. 8-pound. It's, I might need it, but it's not good line. Don't pick up that line and say, hey, this is what he was using, because it's just crap. My lures, more lures. And I have more lures around here somewhere. This is where I keep my camera case. So you can see it's really unorganized. The garage is unorganized. That's a tent trailer. I'm going to be doing some videos about that. So that's super old vintage trailer that's been in my family since '68. That's mine now. So now that I have it rewired so that the lights actually work, we've actually gone out and used that once. I used it a lot when I was growing up. But I'm going to review it, kind of show you all that. I may or may not tighten this anchor trolley. I don't like how loose that is. I'm going to have to untangle the anchor. I've got my Crocs. I've got this rope here I usually tie the dry bag on with. This is the Ozark Trail paddle that I use, the Walmart paddle. You should invest in a much better paddle if you're going to do this. This one does it for me. I paid $200 for the kayak. I've upgraded it to where I actually really enjoy it, but this cost me 20 bucks, so that's about right. If you're going to spend, $2,000 on a kayak, you should get a $200 paddle. because the lighter the paddle, the easier it is on you. Some paddles that come with kayaks are just throwaway paddles. Some of them aren't even waterworthy. But this one has no pedals. It has only this to go. It kind of matches the boat. That's why I got it. But it's not the best paddle. I've already snagged it with hooks, so it's torn up already. There is some other paddles at Walmart I've looked at. That seems to be the best place in Wichita Falls to buy a paddle, because Academy are about the same price for the ones I would be interested in, and the other ones, they are way too proud of their paddles for me to want to buy it. This is my canoe paddle, and I actually did spend some money on this one. But as you can see, that's split, and it only ever stays there, so either my kids did something or it's just cracked over time. And I think I paid 40-50 bucks for that one. Gonna have to put new batteries in that. I'm gonna have to charge that. I'm gonna have to put these in their case. Have to put this back in there. I'm gonna put my first aid kit back in there and my knife. So most time-consuming thing to do is gonna be to organize my little crate, my homemade black pack. I'm probably gonna upgrade my black pack to have more holders, more stuff on it, maybe a speaker. I don't know. I'm also trying to think of things to do because I have a kayak addiction. I only have the one kayak and the one canoe, but I constantly review kayaks, not on camera, but when I'm walking around at kayak stores, box stores that have kayaks, I'm constantly researching them on YouTube and on the company websites, and it's just one of those things where I've got that bug, that addiction, because I really enjoy doing it. Y'all seen the Old Town canoe? That's the motor that I'm never going to put on it, because that's a 14-foot canoe. That is a really big trolling motor that would go on like a big bass boat. That's a 20-volt system that to run that. I'm not putting all that weight on a canoe. I don't even know how I would hook that up. But I got it for free. So it's still there because it works. If I ever do get a big boat, I may want that. So a lot of work to do, but it's worth it, and I enjoy it. So I have another tackle box around here I'm gonna have to find, because I have a bunch more tackle that goes in here. I'm not just taking these two boxes. That would handicap me, even though, like I said, I'm still figuring this fishing thing out. But I tell you what, I enjoy it a lot more now that I have the yak, so I can go to the fish. Bank fishing, pier fishing, dock fishing can be really fun if they're biting. If they're not biting, it frustrates you, and like I said, I've at the very, I think, first video I did, figuring all this stuff out on my own. I did what some of my other buddies I've talked to have done, where they bought what they saw other people using, what they thought looked cool, and just bought this stuff because we thought that's what you do. You buy these things and you just tie it on until you find something that's working, not really knowing how to throw it, how to use it, or what type of rod or reel you should be putting it with. I didn't even realize that there was that huge of a difference on rods. I thought a rod was a rod, and maybe you get a longer one because maybe you're fishing off the bank or whatever. but there's a big difference to it, and I'm learning all of that. Both of the ones I take out are medium light. I need medium. I still need the medium light for throwing lighter, softer stuff, and I'm still going to use them tomorrow on the stuff that I do have. But as I learn and I get it more figured out, where I'm not telling you incorrectly, I will update you because you may be in the same boat with me as you're learning, and I'm learning from talking to people, watching what they're doing, watching what they're using, why they're doing it, how it swims, and you know, doing what you may be doing right now by watching YouTube. So a lot of work to do. I'm gonna get to it. Give us a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like I said, there's gonna be a ton of videos coming out this summer, and some of them are gonna be fishing trips. Some of them may be me working on the kayak or on something else. But I'm gonna try and continue to put content out. That way you can kind of see what I'm doing, what I'm up to. So appreciate y'all checking it out. But this is all the stuff that I have to do before I get on the water, and what you'll probably have to do if you ever decide to invest in getting a kayak. So you know, it's not a lot of work. It's definitely not near as much work as having a big boat, but there is still a little bit of work you got to do to make sure that you're able to get out and be successful. So thanks again for tuning in, and we'll talk to you next time on Red Dirt Outdoors.